Hello. I'm going to have my assistant come on over. Give me a hand.
Hello.
We're going to start off with a soy sauce that doesn't have any soy in it. I've had a lot of requests for this formula, and basically due to people having corn allergies or soy allergies. So if you're interested in the actual formula for the non-soy soy sauce, right below will be a link where you can go, and it'll have the entire ingredients and everything that you need to make this. So for starters, we have 1.5 cups of water, and as well we have vegetable stock. Now we'll have a total of 8 teaspoons of vegetable stock. Typically we'll use this unless you have a corn allergy. If you have a corn allergy as well as a soy allergy, then you don't want to use this because it does have, the vegetable bouillon does have corn in it. So you want to use a vegetable broth mix. And you can get these from most grocery stores, and there's no corn in it whatsoever. So you want to have 8 teaspoons of that. And then you would want to have 4 teaspoons of the red wine vinaigrette.
That's this.
You want to have 2 teaspoons of molasses. And we use blackstrap molasses, especially for the potassium content. We have white pepper, which is basically just a little white pepper for taste. And then we have 1/4 teaspoon of both ginger and garlic. And then what you're going to need on top of these ingredients, you're going to need, one, we put everything into a glass container. We have a strainer, which you'll need later, and a pot to put everything in, of course. All right, and with that, we're going to start. So we have our pot. We're going to put in 1.5 cups of water. We have 8 teaspoons of the vegetable broth. So that'll be 8 teaspoons.
Is that 7?
7?
7.
Sure.
Yes.
We got 8 teaspoons of the vegetable broth, and then we've got 4 teaspoons of the red wine vinaigrette. A little spillage there, so facility was about 4. And we have 2 teaspoons of blackstrap molasses. Now I'm making this. Alright. And we're going to need a little bit of that white pepper. Do you want to grab the white pepper? Sprinkle just a little bit in there for taste. And then we have our fresh ginger, which we've already grated. You want to put that in? And our fresh garlic, which again we've already grated. Now what you're going to do is take this, stir it up, and put it on the oven for about 15 minutes. You're not going to want to boil it. You're just going to want to simmer it, uncovered, for about 15 minutes. One of the things that you want to note is if you're using the vegetable broth, you want to make sure there's a lot of salt in there. And especially since we're using the quantity that we're using, there is a lot of salt in the soy sauce. There's a lot of salt in soy sauce to begin with. So if you're using the powdered instead of the vegetable broth, you may want to add some salt to it for taste. If you don't want to have any salt whatsoever, leave the salt out. But if you want to add a teaspoon of salt for taste, then go ahead and do that, or less, depending upon your own individual palate. All right, so after about 15 minutes on the stove, you're going to end up with a slurry very much like this. And there's going to be, you'll have the ginger bits and the garlic bits in there, and that is what you're going to need the strainer for. So now we're done. It's been on the stove for 15 minutes now. You might want to let it cool just a little bit. Once it's cooled, get your strainer, and over the sink, you want to basically just pour it into your container And we actually like a largemouth container for ours so that you can get a spoon. Instead of shaking it on, you can just get a spoon and spoon it out onto your food.
I saw you standing